Today I want to talk about, just want to touch on this topic really quick. People who make excuses for narcissists, for abusers, for bullies, for mean-spirited, evil people. Please excuse any sounds that you hear in the background. I needed to talk about this. It just was on my spirit to talk about this. So let's get right into it. My name is Charrese. Welcome to my channel, Gracefully Charrese. So over the years, as a lot of you may already know, I have dealt with narcissistic abuse, bullying, just mean-spirited, unkind people, including in, but not limited to, my own narcissistic family system. And I've heard a lot, just different things directed toward me and other people as well when they have shared their stories. And I just have to say this, please stop. I'm here to talk about this for people who have dealt with this, but also to those of you who do this, and I say these things with love. But please stop making excuses, okay? Please stop making excuses for abusers, for narcissists, for unkind, mean-spirited, evil people, for bullies, okay? I'm going to share with you a few things that people say. So I've actually heard this before. This has to do with people like trying to sabotage you or trying to physically attacking. Somebody will say something like, well, haven't you stopped to think that maybe they didn't want to lose you? I'll get to that in a moment. Or people will question like, are you sure you didn't say something or do something? Just in different cases of abuse and bullying and just mean-spirited directed toward a person. Did you do something? Did you say something? Or they'll say something like, I don't know because this person seems nice. Like, I've never heard anything or seen anything. Or they'll say, well, they're always nice to me. And to be fair, you can't believe absolutely everything. But this is where spiritual discernment comes in. This is where having empathy comes in. This is where really being able, awareness, just being able to read people, their faces, their facial expressions, at least hear them out. The first thing that comes out of your mouth, the first thing that comes out of a person's mouth should never be, well, what did you do? Or maybe they just didn't want to lose you, or some type of gaslighting, like maybe they were playing. Maybe you misunderstood that. Sometimes you can gaslight a person even if it's unintentional. Gaslighting, in short, is when you make somebody or you try to make somebody, whether intentional or not, when you try to make somebody question their reality. And narcissists actually do that. They can say or do the meanest things to you, the most evil things, even physical abuse, and they'll say something like, you made me do it. Or they'll say something like, I was just joking. Now I know I can't play with you like that. You're overreacting. You're being dramatic. I didn't mean it like that. Or they'll straight up lie and say, I never said that. I never did that. Because I've had certain things like that said and done to me, okay? Stop excusing this toxic behavior. Let me say this. There is never an excuse, ever, for abuse of any kind. There's never an excuse for somebody to be the object or the target of a narcissist, not just their eye, but their life, because narcissists will obsess, okay? And I know this for myself because it's been done to me by multiple narcissists. They will obsess over you. They will obsess over your life. They will do things, I've had these things done to me, to try to sabotage your life. They will physically attack you. They will conduct smear campaigns, and we'll get to that in a moment. They will hide things from you, important documents, mail. They'll do so many things to you. And there is never an excuse for any of that, you know. Or I've had somebody say, well, But what if they go to jail? And this is after somebody physically attacks me. What if they go to jail? What do you think? What else do you think they would do? My response to that is, well, if somebody commits a crime, they should go to jail. And it's not being vengeful, but why would you ever feel sorry in that way for somebody who has physically attacked somebody, for somebody who has abused somebody in any way? It doesn't matter who they are or how old they are or whatever. Like, a crime is a crime. Assault is assault. Now, let's talk about the difference between reasons and excuses. Because some people are trying to figure out reasons. Now, they always have a reason, okay? A reason is telling you why a person is behaving a way. An excuse, here's the difference. An excuse excuses them from why they behave that way, from their behaviors, from their actions, from their words, their thoughts. Everybody has reasons. Most times they have their own traumas and they're just repeating and replaying their traumas out on you, out on this person and that person. But the reasons cannot excuse their abusive, bullying, evil, mean-spirited behavior. Please remember that. And I'm saying this let me separate this. To those of you who have dealt with abuse or bullying of any kind, mistreatment of any kind, doesn't matter what their reasons are. We can have compassion that, oh, they were abused when they were younger. Doesn't matter their reasons. It will never excuse what they've done to you. Never. For me personally, I can just say when I understand the reason, it helps me to forgive them quicker. It helps me to not be as angry. But you have a right to those feelings of anger. But it does not excuse what they did. I understand you were traumatized, you were abused, you were hurt yourself. You felt neglected, you felt like you were the black sheep. But what you did to me is not okay. I understand your reason and I'm so sorry for what you went through. But it does not excuse you to treat me or anybody else in those same ways. In fact, you should understand how it feels and therefore not inflict that same type of pain, whether it be physical, emotional, mental, sexual, on somebody else. Okay? There's a difference. And I want to talk to people. I have those same things to say to those of you who are doing the harm. I'm so sorry for what you went through. And I'm even talking to the people who have hurt me. But what you're doing is not okay. What you've done is not okay. You need to focus on healing, okay? Get help, get prayer, get therapy, but stop repeating those harmful acts on other people, okay? From a spiritual point of view, I'm saying this as a Christian, you've been warned. This is not the ministry channel, but I know that the Holy Spirit is having me to say that. Now let's briefly talk about smear campaigns. This is a mindset that absolutely needs to stop. When there is a majority against one person, it is so, like, people are so quick to believe you must be the problem because everybody else, they get along with each other. Everybody else, there's them and then there's you. So you have to be the problem because how is everyone against you? Let me tell you, I've had this happen to me more than once. Again, I've been surrounded by narcissistic people. Have you ever heard of a smear campaign? In short, what people do, especially narcissists, they will turn other people against one person. They love to play the victim, okay? So they will make up lies even to try to get people to feel sorry for them. They will make themselves the victim in circumstances that they have victimized someone else. It's amazing that they can do it, but they do. They have victimized this person, but they will make themselves a victim. And so they're so good. They're master manipulators, okay? They're so good at manipulating that other people will believe their lies. And all of those people, whether they be family, they can even turn close. People that were once close to you, they can turn them against you. Trust me, I know. And it almost cost me my life. It definitely could have cost me my life because of how my body reacted to the emotional distress. That's a different story. And I did share it on the ministry channel. But these people are so good at turning your family, your friends, people that you don't even know, okay, against you. So just because there's several against one, it doesn't mean that the several are the innocent ones, okay? Sometimes a smear campaign has been conducted against that one person. And here's the other scenario. Have you ever heard of the phrase, well, if you can't beat them, join them? I've had other people, they kind of, here's the thing. Sometimes when you have a narcissistic, say, grandparent, there is a grandchild who perhaps they see what's going on. They don't say anything, but they see the narcissism and the abuse that's inflicted on somebody else in the family, right? They don't want that abuse and that wrongdoing. They don't want it. They don't want to be the target of that. So they themselves will become just like the narcissist, or they'll like kind of try to get in their good graces just so that they won't become the target. And sometimes they themselves end up being narcissistic. So now you have those two. You have the grandparent and the grandchild against, say, maybe a cousin or a sibling. This happens. If you can't beat them, join them. And sometimes it's not that they're becoming narcissists themselves. This is the other scenario. They know it's wrong, but they're just, and this is sad, it's not good, but they're just glad that the narcissism and the abuse is not focused on them. And there's another scenario where they themselves are a target, and it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome. They so badly just want the affection and the love of the narcissist. So they will do anything, including attacking the other target. They will do anything to stay in that narcissist's good graces, to receive their love, because it's not real love. That's why I'm putting air quotes there, or their conditional love, which is also not real love. They will do what they can to stay in that narcissist's good graces. They will do what they can to not become the target themselves, even if it means turning against the other person. So again, there's an example. It's now 2 against 1. Are the 2 right or the 1 right? You know, it's not the 1. So stop assuming that just because there's a majority against one person, that this one person is the one who's in the wrong. And I'm not doing this video to defend myself or anything like that, because, and I say this respectfully, humbly, and kindly, I don't care what people think about me. I've already moved forward from certain people in my narcissistic family system. I've let go. I don't need to defend myself. God does that for me. And I've moved on. I do want to say this. Forgive, always forgive, because that forgiveness is not for them. That forgiveness does not make their wrongs right, okay? That forgiveness is for you. That forgiveness is for me. So I forgive everyone. I'm not going to be weighed down by the burden of bitterness and hatred, and, you know, I want to be right with the Lord. No one is worth, you know, having my peace taken from me, my happiness. I'm moving forward with my life, and I'm going to enjoy my life and my happiness, my gifts, and all the blessings that God has in store for me. Please, those of you who are the target of abuse of any kind or mistreatment, bullying, please do the same. Forgive for you, for your soul, for your happiness, for your peace of mind, for your mental health, for your emotional well-being, which are both directly attached to your physical health, for you, for yourself, for your future self, for your family or your future family that you're going to have. Do it for you. Move forward. Do what you can, any pure thing you can, to move forward with your life. Go no contact or low contact, but whatever fits your scenario, your situation, and be happy. Be free. Okay? I can't stress that enough. Be totally free from these toxic people. Something else that I need to say is, for those of you who find it hard to believe that somebody is actually an evil person, mean-spirited person, abuser, or bully, this is kind of where you need to be prayerful, where you need to be attentive, pay attention, find out things for yourself. Again, you can't, I know you can't just believe just anybody and everybody, but this is where you need to really pay attention and do your own exploring. So I can tell you right now, off top, I can name at least 5 people in my own narcissistic family system who appear to be nice, who appear to be the popular, funny person, who appear to be wholesome, who appear to be philanthropists, who appear to be holy and leaders and just all these good things. And in actuality, behind closed doors, I've seen such evil. I understand that there's witchcraft going on. I've seen the demonic influence in their faces. I've endured their abuse of different kinds. Okay? And they're not who they present themselves to be to the public. So before you're so quick to say, I don't know, this person seems nice, and it's understandable, again, they're master manipulators if they're narcissists. Okay? But just understand that everyone who appears to be nice, everyone who is a leader, isn't nice. And you should not assume that somebody is this great person just because of their title, their position. Okay? I just have to say that. Again, this is where prayer comes in. This is where paying attention comes in. This is where getting to know people for yourself and just being very attentive comes in. Because things are not always as they seem. No matter what, I just want to end this by saying this. Again, the first thing that comes out of a person's mouth when somebody is trying to seek another person for help because they're being hurt in some way, the first thing that comes out of a person's mouth should never be, what did you do? I don't know, maybe this, maybe that, some type of an excuse. Never. No matter what you believe the truth is. Because in principle, okay, this is just the essence of things, there is never, ever an excuse for abuse of any kind, for narcissism of any kind, for bullying or mistreatment of any kind, for evil of any kind. That's all. That's it. Until next time, always do all things in love and gracefully. Bye.